Welcome to my video, RingCentral, when not to purchase a RingCentral cloud solution. My name is Jamie Buswell. I have been in the telecommunications space for 40 years, consulting with clients to help them determine the right telecommunications cloud solution for their enterprise. So, first thing I want to say is this is not a RingCentral bashing video. I happen to think RingCentral makes an excellent product. Excellent company, excellent feature set, and I quite often recommend RingCentral to my clients. But like anything else, you can't be all things to all people, and there's a very specific application where you should not use RingCentral, and that's what this video is about. We're going to talk about third-party control or control of the desktop phone. If your organization depends on a feature set that allows the UC client at the desktop to control the phone or the phone to control the UC client, then RingCentral is not the right solution for you. And most people who purchase cloud systems, particularly if they purchase a RingCentral system, sign a contract, install the system to first find out that feature sets that they just thought would be standard are non-existent in the RingCentral solution. Specifically third-party control to the desktop phone. Now, in order to understand that, I'm going to show you a few examples, and that will give you a good baseline understanding if third-party control is important to your decision-making process when looking for a cloud provider for your telecommunications system. I'll show you real-time display, contact dialing, history dialing, and voicemail. Those four items alone should give you a good idea of what we're talking about when we talk about desktop control. And to do that, what I've set up is I have my RingCentral phone, and I have my ShoreTel phone, which is actually Mitel now. And on the desktop, I have my UC client for RingCentral, and I have my UC client for Mitel. Now, I'm not going to have a discussion about feature set. RingCentral has a real robust feature set. What I'm specifically going to talk about in this video is only the fact that it doesn't have third-party control to the desktop phone. Now, the best way to show you that right off the bat is to just make a call from my telephone. So I'll select an outside line. You see the phone goes off hook, rings the outside caller. Now if you look up at the screen, you'll see that that call is active, and the UC client and the desktop and the telephone are working in conjunction with each other. I even can see a more detailed view, and if I had a history with this particular number that I'm calling, I would see that past history. So we're not only seeing real-time information, we're seeing journaled information about this call. Even though the call was made from my phone, it interacts and works with my UC client on the desktop. Simple way to show you the interaction is I could put this call on hold by a click of the mouse here on my UC client. If you look at the phone, you'll see that the call is on hold, winking and blinking. I could pick that call back up from the phone, and vice versa. I can put the call on hold on the phone, winking and blinking, and I can pick that call back up from the UC client. Just a simple little exercise to show you the interaction between the client and the desktop phone. When we hang up the physical phone, the client goes back to its normal state, and if I go back to my history, we will actually see the history of that call logged into the UC client. Now what I'll do is I'll make that same call from a RingCentral phone. Phone will go through, phone call will go through, ringing, we'll answer it at the other end, and everything will work fine with the phone. But if you look up at the UC client, you will see that there's no real-time information. Actually, you won't see because it's not there. No interaction, no tracking of the real-time event whatsoever. So this is an example of not having third-party control. You hang up the call here. There's no change in the state of the UC client. Now, another way to show you that is that if I go to the contact list in my RingCentral, I can select a contact. And by the way, RingCentral, like all other products out there that are in the cloud space with UC, you can integrate that with your Outlook client list. You can integrate that with your Google or any other client list that you have. The difference here is that when you use your contact integration here, you're going to have to make that call using the client, which is going to be dependent on the microphone and the speaker of your computer. So, for example, we've selected Abbey Rental here. If I go to place the call is not going to go out by the phone. It's going to go out by the computer. And you're not going to see any integration with the phone whatsoever.
Abby, may I help?
That's the difference. So if you want to use your Outlook contact list or your Google contact list, integrate it to your phone system, you're not going to be able to make that phone go off hook and dial out that contact because they do not have third-party control or control to the desktop phone, if you will. Now, another example of that is that if I was to go to the history of a call on the Mitel here, for example, and a call that we were on previously, I could simply just select a call that was previously made. Here's that Abbey Rental again. And the call will go out. And you will see the activity as well as the phone working. Phone went off hook, was on the speakerphone, I took the handset off, and now I'm on a private call, along with the complete history. All right. Another example is if I go to voicemail, if you go to the RingCentral voicemail, you'll have all your voice messages. The difference is, in order to use your UC client to listen to your voice messages, you're going to be dependent on the speaker and the microphone on your computer because you won't be able to play these messages through your telephone. Now, when you have third-party control, you have the ability to listen to your messages either via the telephone or through the computer. You can option it either way. In this case, if I play a voice message here, you'll see the detailed information up on the screen. And when you play that information, you'll hear it through your telephone.
Hey, Jamie, it's Freddie. I want to talk to you about the phone system. Thanks.
So, again, that's another example of third-party control. So, this was just a short little video to help you understand the difference between the RingCentral application and other cloud providers. If you're on a premise phone system now, where your UC client is interactive with your desktop phone, and your user community is accustomed to that feature, and you bring a RingCentral system into that environment, well, what I suggest you do is update your resume because you're probably going to be looking for a new job. All right? I hope this was informational to you. If I could be of any help, don't hesitate to get a hold of me. I will hold up my business card. Feel free to call me for free consulting. Thank you.